We're working with probability. And inside this school bag are the pictured objects. We have pens, 9 pens. And we have pencils. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we have crayons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red crayons. They're all inside the backpack or school bag. What's the probability of pulling a pencil from the bag? So, one more thing that we need to know is the total number of items. We need to know the total number of items. Why? Because to write it as a fraction, to write probability, we usually write probability as a fraction. So the items, number of items, number of items, and boy, I'm glad for erasers. Is there an eraser in there? How about total? Yeah, total. Total number of items will go on the bottom of the fraction. And the number of items that we're talking about will go on the top. It'll be the numerator, number of items. Total number of items is the denominator though, okay? All right, so what's the probability of pulling a pencil from the bag? How many pencils did we say there were? 7. So 7 is going to be our numerator. Number of items, pencils, 7. And then what needs to go down here? Right, the total number of items. How would we find the total number of items? Good. We would add 9 plus 7 plus 6. 9 plus 7 plus 6. So 9 plus 7 plus 6 equals the total number of items. 9 plus 7. We'll try this again. 9 plus 7 plus 6. That equals 22. 9 plus 7 plus 6. That equals 22. So we're going to write 22 here. That is our answer for number 1. And number 2, what's the probability of pulling a crayon from the bag? Well, how many crayons do we have? 6. So 6 crayons. That's the number of items. What are we talking about? We're talking about crayons. All right. And then I'm not giving that to you. You can write it down. So we want it written as a fraction. How many crayons? And then total number of items in the bag. Right? So crayons. And then total number of items. Okay, Change those words to numbers. Change the words to numbers and you'll have it correct. Number 3, what's the probability of pulling a pen from the bag? We have 9 pens. And number of pens out of the total number of items. All right, change those words to numbers and you'll have it correct. Don't you like my boxes? Number 4. What's the probability of pulling either a pen or a crayon? How many pens are there? 9. How many crayons on there? 6. Okay, so you're answering 2 questions. The first one is a pen. So what's the probability of pulling a pen? And then what's the probability of pulling a crayon? I think we've already answered that. Wow. Number 5, what's the probability of pulling either a pencil or a pen out of the bag? Okay, so you're just going back and looking. Pencil, pen. Go back and use these as references if you need to. Which object is least likely to be pulled out of the bag? Which item do we have the least amount of? And that would be your answer. Number 7, which object has the highest possibility being pulled out of the bag? Well, which item do we have the most of? Which item is the greatest? Does a pencil or crayon have a higher probability being pulled out? So we're comparing pencil, crayon. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Which one? Which one has the higher probability? Which one do we have the most of? A pencil or crayon? Okay. Good luck.